Hey guys, how's it going? Sydney here from PhoneDog.com, and I'm here to update you guys on my BlackBerry challenge. I've been using the Torch 9810 for 12 days now. If you haven't seen any of the videos, the previous videos of this series, go ahead and check those out. I have, I think, day 1, day 5, day 9 or something. So kind of see my progress leading up to this point. I've had some ups and downs. I started off hopeful and optimistic, and then I kind of went down a little bit, and then I was like, okay, this is alright, I can do this. And then I had a big drop where I just wanted to quit, but I didn't quit. I decided to tough it out, and here I am, day 12. Things are settling in. I'm starting to just, like I said last week, a lot of it was just facing the reality of what BlackBerry is, what it's made for, what it's not made for, and I think now I'm kind of finally accepting all of that, and everything's kind of getting settled into a period of normalcy, I guess. So, last week I talked about, basically I was just really frustrated with, I can't do this, or this doesn't work, or, yeah, these features are nice, but this isn't working. And I even said at one point that there's no way, die-hard BlackBerry users have ever used another operating system, because if they had, there's no way that they would find this, adequately functional. I've since then kind of just come to terms with everything it is. I found a couple of apps that were hidden out of the box. It has a couple of folders, and I guess I decided to really dig into the OS and see, okay, what can I do? What are its strengths? What is it really meant for? And so I dug into it a lot more, and I found some apps, a memo pad app, a task app. I also found a password keeper, which is kind of nifty, but not a big deal. But for me, the MemoPad app is a big deal, and I know that sounds like a small thing, but it's a big deal for me because of my job. I need to take notes, and even just in day-to-day life, if I want to make a grocery list, it's just nice to have a MemoPad. And I know you're thinking like, wow, the success or failure of this challenge was based on you finding a MemoPad app. Not really, but it's little things like that, knowing that you have helpful apps installed out of the box. One, because it's just nice to have. It's nice to know, okay, I can turn it on and it has this app. I don't have to go search for it in the app market because, the selection basically sucks. There's just not a lot of apps. And also, most of the good apps are paid, and not just, 99 cents. They're like $2, $3. And so having it pre-installed is really nice. And also, I think I kind of just got used to that. With Android, they come with tons of pre-installed apps, but also the OS that I used most recently was Windows Phone, and so you had Microsoft Office out of the box, and so I used OneNote a lot for notes. I could have different notes, I can pin them to my start screen, and so I got used to that, to the convenience of that. And so when I switched to BlackBerry, I knew obviously I wasn't going to have Microsoft Office and OneNote, which wasn't that big a deal because I use a Mac, so I don't use Office really ever. But just having that app was nice, and so now that I have a MemoPad, it makes everything a lot easier because I know, okay, I can use my phone for memos, and now I can use it for, not just email, not just calling. I can use it for basically every part of my life. And I guess that's really what it is. It's not about the memo pad. It's that, okay, can I use this in every part of my life? Okay, yeah, it might be good with email, and yeah, it might be good with, it might have a great keyboard, but can I actually use it in every part of my life? Social networking, email, when I need to, write memos, if I need to web browse, if I want to check NBA scores, can I use it for all of those things, not just email? And I think I'm kind of getting some missing links. I'm still not really satisfied with not having an ESPN app, but I've talked about that already. And so, having the MemoPad app or the Task app, it's kind of like these missing links that I'm really finding. Also, I've been using Slacker Radio a lot more. I had kind of turned away from it just because, for whatever reason, I just wasn't using it as much. I started using it a lot more lately, and even listening to music, just, whenever I'm working sometimes or whenever I'm working out. And it actually works really well. And actually, Slacker Radio on BlackBerry works better than Slacker Radio on Windows Phone, and that's a big deal to me because Slacker Radio on Windows Phone is frustrating, and anybody from Slacker, if you are listening or watching this, please fix that app because it's terrible on Windows Phone. Much better on BlackBerry. I've been very happy with it. One other thing, talking about, I was talking about email earlier. I am noticing how it is good with email. I mentioned in the last video how, yeah, I can send and receive messages, but that's not any different from any other OS. I'm starting to notice that getting emails instantly is really nice. I think I kind of took that for granted in my whole period of frustration, but now I'm like, you know what, this is actually very nice, because with an Android phone or with Windows Phone, it was, whenever you set it to sync, which could be, every 5 minutes or every 10 minutes or 15 minutes. With Windows Phone, I noticed that sometimes it would be like every 15 minutes. I would have gotten an email like half an hour earlier, and maybe it, I don't know, for some reason an error, or maybe it, happened to skip the syncs. I have no idea what, but for some reason with Windows Phone and Android, you just don't get your emails as quickly as you do on BlackBerry. It's pretty much instant, and so that's actually nice. I'm still having a problem with it syncing with my inbox. Whenever I check it on my computer, it will still show a new message on my phone, and somebody gave me a tip on how to fix that. I tried that tip and it didn't work. So if you guys have ever had that problem, I don't know, maybe a couple of tips on that would help. But that's pretty much where I'm at right now. I'm starting to settle into it. I'm finding the missing links. I'm starting to see, okay, I can actually use this in every part of my life. That's it for me. Check back in a week and I will give you guys an update. In the meantime, keep it on PhoneDoc.com. Aaron is updating you guys on his Galaxy Note challenge, so you can see how that's going. He actually cheated. He cheated a little bit, so be sure and watch that video to see how his challenge is going. But I'm Sydney. I'll see you guys later. Bye.